Good morning. Back again. It's good to see you, my friends. All right. Brand new week. Time to update where we left off on the last Monday stream. Let's go over here to deck screener. And we got a few things on deck today. Number one, we're going to update our list of coins that we're tracking and see what happened over the course of the week. We're also going to jump over here and we're going to use Titan and Alpha to audit a few tokens. Before we dive in, we're going to do a couple of news updates, stuff that's going on in crypto. We're going to take a look at our charts. We're going to see what's going on with BTC. And yeah, man, let's jump into it. So let's see what's going on with BTC. All right, I gotta stop. And yeah, man, just double checking, making sure everything's on point today, and it is. So now we had a little error in the beginning. I started the stream and stopped it right away. So yeah, still getting used to everything, but we're here and let's get everybody caught up on what's going on chain. We're gonna look at Robinhood for a little while. We're gonna take a little sneak peek at Solana. I mean, regardless of what you think, I do not absolutely hate Solana. All right, I just don't like the way the trading goes down on Solana sometimes, and hey man, that's just me. I prefer when tokens are stable and not unstable like most of Solana is, where you can only hold your token for a minute or two. Not my thing, right? My goal is to trade a token consistently on a daily basis. If you're the same way, then hey, this is the right place for you. Now, I think we're going to start with our list first, and let's just see how these are doing. Now, THQ, if I'm not mistaken, THQ, which is one of the tokens we were tracking, is down for the week. Today is down like 0.10%, but for the week, THQ is down about, let's say about 30%. And that seems to be the theme of the day. MFers over on base is down from 0.000559 to 0.0043. So they're down about, say about 20, right at about 20%. So not a good week for the MFers. Now, as far as MODA, I was looking at MODA. I was looking at MODA for a few days, and MODA actually jumped up pretty high. So you were probably able to lock in 30-40% gains on Moda, but currently it sits at right at 1 penny, and last week it was at 0.13 cents. So I think Moda is down about over the course of the week. It's down about 25%. Virtuals. Now, here's a pleasant surprise. Virtuals, which we were tracking last week on base, and virtuals happen to be one of the more stable projects that we were tracking. Virtuals was at 55 cents last week. We're up to 56 cents, 56.29. So we made a slight gain this week, maybe about a little over 1%, maybe even close to two on Arrow. Now, Arrow lost about a penny, so it's still trading stable. Last week it was at 41 cents. This week it's at 40. So, you know, kind of the same neighborhood. Now we move on down to Puns, which is at 0.0288. Now Puns took a hit, and last week it was at 0.043. So I think it may have taken the biggest dip of the week for us. PONS. Now SZR last week, SZR took a major hit. First of all, they're down 20% over the last 24 hours. Now that's major, because that's about what it lost from last week. So yeah, yesterday apparently was the day to cash out on SCR, but we're gonna keep it on our list and see what happens moving forward. The last one on our list is Deep Tide. Deep Tide today is at 0.0000439. It's down 13% on the day, but as far as the week goes, it's up about, I think it's up about 25% on the week. And when we added it to the list, for that day, it was up about 29%. So not bad. Not bad. It was able to hold on to the gains that it made. So we're gonna remove some of these from our list, and we're gonna look at newer updated tokens, and we're gonna see what's going on with those. Now, when it comes to virtuals and Arrow, these are, when it comes to virtuals and Arrow, these are pretty stable. So we're going to hold on to those. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to add a bit more into, I'm probably going to add a bit more of these guys into our portfolio. And yeah, man, we're going to see what happens. Now, Deep Tide, Moda trading at 1 penny. Like I said, the contract is solid, so we're gonna keep that one in our list. I think we're gonna go ahead and remove. We're which one, puns or SCR. I think we're gonna remove puns from our list. So click on that. Take that off of our list. We're gonna go over to base and let's see, THQ. We're gonna remove THQ from our list. Look at that spike. Yeah, so we're gonna remove THQ from our list. Boom, gone. All right, Moda, we're gonna leave here for the time being because Moda has a little bit lower supply than the rest of them, so your money will go a little further. SZR, we're gonna keep SZR for the time being. But let's go over to the screener and see what's moving today. Now this guy, remember when we were looking at this ape together, apes, they took a massive dip over here, but we rebounded, and right now we're trading at 0.0015. So I think we're going to add that to our watch list. And let's go back to our screener. This thing is on Solana. Don't really want to be on Solana, so switch back over to base. See what's going on base. Let's see. Last 24 hours. All right. Mirrored by Virtuals, Friend Pet, Mirror Shark. Mirror Shark is up 76% over the last 24. Looks like Mirrored is on a rip. EVO. Well, Mirror Shark, 4 months old. Market cap is sitting at 299K. So that's a pretty good range. Had 1,000 transactions. Alright, let's add this guy to our list. See what happens. Chart is on a nice little rebound. Add that to the watch list. Let's look at BSC, see if we can pick out one. Let's go to the last 24. Moolah. Moolah's market cap is 20 million and it has been on fire. It's up 100% the last 24 hours. Let's look at this chart. Whoa. This thing has taken off. Like, that is parabolic. So, man, when you see a chart like this, where it's basically just spiking straight up, I would wait. I wouldn't jump in right now. When you see this thing spiking straight up, I mean, it's a pretty old token, so people are gonna take profit. That's just how it is. And we had a couple of sell-offs, but people are trading actively. So, hey, we'll see what happens. Now, let's get the tokenomics for this. Security has one issue. Proxy contract. Alright, let's go take a look at this guy. Boom. Moolah. See what this contract. Let's copy that. Switch from Ethereum to BSC. My backend's not running. Let's turn our scanner on. Still tracking Holy, and Pinks. Alright, those are still in our real-time threat monitor. Initialize this guy, we'll come back. This is parabolic. My goodness. Alright, so yeah, it's usually a bad idea to get into a contract that's spiking like that. So extreme. So let's watch this guy, add it to our watch list. Alright. Now that's on our watch list. We're watching Moolah, Mirror Shark, Apes Together, Deep Tide, SZR, Arrow, Virtuals, Moda, and the MFers. That's going to close out our list for today. Let's see. Let's get our scanner on track so that we can check a few of these tokens for safety. Right. Get my key so I can restart my server on the back end. Boom, there we go. All right. $78 out of 100, not bad. So can't really complain about this guy. I mean, it has this one has a critical error, but overall it's overall is not as bad as it looks. Now, we had a couple of vulnerabilities on this one. But not bad. This one's going crazy. And that's uncommon for an older token to make gains like this. So I don't know, perhaps a new big investor, or they partnered up, possibly partnered up with a new company. I don't know. But that's the cool thing about crypto. We can always go and check, see for ourselves, because these days, better safe than sorry. Now, hop in the comments and let me know I'll try that one more time. Hold on. Okay, let's check. It's only a bit. It's a business logic problem. Uniswap B2 or B3 pools are deployed incorrectly or need to be migrated to a newer version. Uniswap B4 or new pool fee tiers. Yeah, not a major problem. But let's take a look at what else is on BSC today, because we have this guy on our list already. Now, what is this guy? Can't even pronounce it. I cannot read Mandarin, so yeah, I guess it's up for that one. Asteroid is up 26% over the last 24 hours. But this is it's Asteroid Shiba. Okay, so Asteroid Shiba is 2 days old. Man, look at that launch. Launch went up to 1.1 cents. And now we're at 0.0028. Wow, decent gains yesterday. Well, day before yesterday. That is solid. All right, so this guy is, well, they're selling off. You can see that right now. The last minute has been nothing but sell-offs. But looks like we have a little consolidation right here. I think they're forming a bottom. This may be the bottom right here. A little bit higher. So let's add Asteroid to our watch list. And let's see what this guy does. Alright, we're gonna look at one more, and then we're gonna jump into some news, and hopefully there's something good going on today. As for I can't even pronounce it. Like, I just don't know. But whatever it is, they're up like 300% today. Now this is a spike. spiked up to 4.5 cents, back down to 1 cent, and trading pretty steady at 1 cent. All right, this guy is coming to life. Not mad at it. All right, now, as you know, the way Bitcoin goes, everything goes, right? So we're gonna come over here, look at BTC. This is our 1 minute chart. See on the 1 minute chart, we're consolidated right here around 63.8, and that's been since earlier this morning. We had a real spike earlier. Look, this is a rip. We had a run from 62,400 up to 63,900, 63,980. So that is a pretty good run. Now here it looks like I said, it looks like we're consolidating, trading sideways right now. I think we're gonna continue inside of this range, at least for the immediate future. Now let's jump over to this 5 minute chart and really see what's going on. All right, here on the 5 minute, you can see it a little more clearly. On Solana on the 5 minute, we are pretty much the same as Bitcoin. We traded out of the zone, and remember, like you can see in all my other videos, whenever we trade outside of this zone, we come back into our blue zone right here. Here's our liquidities, our liquidity stops. So if we bounce, we're gonna bounce off of this guy and this guy. Now, we're probably gonna go up a little bit higher. Once we come down back inside this range, we're gonna trade up a little higher. Right here, you see Solana is set up in the same pattern. You can expect this pattern when you're trading Solana. Almost every coin follows Bitcoin. There are very few tokens that trade opposite of Bitcoin. So just keep that in mind. Meaning if it happens here first, boom, this is gonna come next. And it's usually within seconds. This is kind of how it ends up playing out most of the time. But you can see we kept getting rejected every time we tried to go out of this range. We got rejected, came back inside the range. Same thing happened back here. We popped out of this range, boom, immediately come back down to earth. That's just how it trades. When we're at the bottom, our tool had us tracked all the way down to, this is on Solana, all the way down to 72. Had a little wick. So we're going to revisit that later. That's just what it means. And came back up. Traded sideways. And then we took off. Same thing over here with Bitcoin. Trade out of the zone for a short amount of time. Back in the zone. Boom. Go on a run. Up here, we're outside of the zone. We're going to trade back down into our trading zone. Price is going to drop back into this zone. Because most of the activity on any of these tokens is going to be right here in this blue area. That's going to be where we call home. And this is where you're going to get paid. Remember, at the top of this zone and at the bottom are where you make your money. This is where you, outside here is where you take your shorts. Outside here is where you take your longs. And you can see this as you go back through its history. It wants to be traded in this zone. Now, let's expand Bitcoin. Same thing. Bitcoin is no different from Solana. It wants to trade in this zone. Once, see that spike? Took us out of the zone. Boom, sell off. Bring you back down to earth. Then we traded along here temporarily. Boom. Let's come back down to earth. This is a sweet spot, and mostly all activity is going to happen right in this sweet spot. So here is our spike out of the zone. Boom. The opposite. Spike to the downside. Now we're out to the upside, but this trend is, this has to drop because it has to come back inside. When it does, this is where you take your shorts at, and yeah, man, make the most of it. But again, this is the 5-minute chart. Real quick, I'm gonna hop over to the 1-hour chart. Didn't mean to do it on that one though. Hop over to the 1-minute chart, and boom, on the 1-minute chart, 1-hour chart that is, you'll notice on this 1-hour chart we're near the top of the zone. We're right above the moving average, and unfortunately it looks like we're going to come down. We're going to come back down to earth. Until I see all of this start to reverse, this is our immediate future, meaning this price is going to come down from where it is right now. That's just our trend. So don't go too crazy taking out longs until we're able to clear this and establish a block of liquidity here that acts as support, because we have resistance right here. This is our resistance, and I'm going to show you in 1 minute how that's going to play out. Solana is no different. We have the same formation on Solana. Boom. Rejected from our top. TDF. Trend Direction Force Index. So took that drop just like we did back here. Let's see how far. We'll probably drop to here. Trade in this box. But that's our next move, macro move. This is our swing trade move. And yeah, man, look at it. It's reversed. Now Solana's coming down. Bitcoin is going to do the same. It's going to trade to the downside. Once we break beyond, I would say within the next, say 15 to 30 minutes, we'll probably see a nice little downturn. But that's our update on BSC and Solana. Boom. Alright, we're going to trade down for a little while. Maybe until we hit our moving average, but most likely until we hit the next liquidity stop. Now, we're going to go back over here to Dex Screener, and let's extend our watch list. Wow, Moolah is up 20% in an hour. This thing is running. It is running. So now may be the time to, I'll take that back. You never want to buy at the top. It's just a bad strategy. Don't make it a habit. Now, there are times when you can trade like this, where you can buy near the top. But my suggestion to you, if you're going to take a risk like that and invest in a token that has spiked, is going parabolic, if you're going to take a chance like that, I would say trade it in real time. Watch it like a hawk. Once you secure the profit that you were looking for, it's time to get out. Take your profit and wait for the dip, because the dip is coming. I mean, it can't trade like this forever. It's not logical. So that's what's going on with Moolah. Moolah is our second BSC token that we're tracking. Let's find us one more so we can run a scan on it, see what's going on. Katecoin, 75 million cap 8 days ago. That is massive. 24. We're on Solana. Okay. Katecoin and Baby Kate, 7 cents. That is massive for Solana. Okay, let's track this one. We're gonna add one Solana token to our list. We're gonna add Kate. Watch list, main watch list. All right, now we're watching Kate on Solana. And hey, hopefully this one proves me wrong. Hopefully this token doesn't bottom out like everything else on Solana. Getting quite a few buys in, so let's see what happens. Being traded over on Pump Swap, and apparently it's up a couple of 100% today. All right, back to our chains. See what's going on Robinhood. Wrong. The names of some of these tokens, man. The names of some of these tokens. They're killing me. Nine Hood. Another cat coin. It's up 20% over the last 24. Lil Uni. Here's another one. Lil Uni. This is over on Robinhood. It came out on the 24th. And apparently since the 24th, it's just been going bonkers. Trading is pretty steady. Alright, let's watch Lil Uni. Let's check out the contract. And the Robinhood chain screener updated how it functions and everything, so we're able to get a copy of the contract a little bit easier than we were a couple of weeks ago. So that's a good thing. All right, we're gonna copy our source code. I mean, this. Up over here. We should add one of our new tokens to our threat monitor. And maybe track that for a week. Okay, did we add this? Yeah, we added it. All right, cool. All right, we're gonna be watching for Lil Uni. Uh, Ethereum. See what's going on Ethereum. Monotone. Sitting at 91. Dog Punk. The token that feeds shelter dogs. Alright, it's a pretty good concept. Let's see what happens. Whoa. Oh man. Alright, Ethereum. This is a L. This is a L for Ethereum. This token is down 56% in the last, what, 5 minutes? Cooked. Absolutely cooked. Done. Yeah, this is done. Write it off. It's over. Back to the screener. Degen has 5,000 holders. See what Degen is doing. Ah, everybody's taking profit. This thing took off. Got up to 0.0022. Now it's trading at 0.0005. So everybody took profit. That's not shocking, being that I think it gained maybe 900%. So of course people aren't gonna sit there and look at 900% in their wallet. That's just not gonna happen. If you're waiting on that one, I call that wishful thinking. So there's that. Now this is an Ethereum token. Let's give it a scan. Let's check back on. Yikes. 30 out of 100. This is not good. All right, that changes things as far as this token goes. Lil Uni, I can't say that I do not fully trust this. I just don't. It has a couple of serious issues. Interesting. Yeah, we're gonna have to keep our eye on Lil Uni. Currently, I'm just gonna be honest. Currently, with what I'm seeing from this smart contract, I don't know. Lil Uni isn't to be trusted right now. Degen. Let's look at Degen and see what's going on. Oh, Degen, what's going on? Seriously. Top 100 concentration is at 95%. Whale concentration is at 99%. That's a red flag for me. Let's see. see what's going on with this contract. All right, open Zeppelin. Fixed supply, minted once to deployer. No transfer tax, no pause. Okay. All right. Let's run a scan on this guy. All right, we're gonna let that cook, and we're gonna come back. I'm gonna come back to it in a minute or two. But that is the contract for Degen. Here is the chart for Degen. And let's see what our audit looks like. Wow. This guy. Degen is super tight. They've thought of it all. This is an excellent contract. Yes, this is an excellent contract. We've had a few contracts that I checked out at 100%. Here's another one. And mainly because I think they used all Open Zeppelin contracts and they probably updated everything before they deployed it. I'm pretty sure they probably had several audits on it before they deployed it. So here's the end result. Contract that checks out at 100%. So bravo, shout out to Degen. I still don't like the concentration. And the fact that there are only 454 holders. So it's concentrated and there are not a lot of holders. It's kind of a red flag. But I'm really shocked at how structurally sound the contract itself is. So can't take that away from them. I mean, it is what it is. So this Degen contract is probably the exact opposite of Lil Uni. Lil Uni is going crazy, but yeah, don't think you can really trust it. But that's my 2 cents. I'll check with our other devs and see what their thoughts are. We'll go ahead and follow both of these, Degen and we'll go ahead and follow Degen, and I think we already followed Lil Uni. Let me double check. We're gonna do an update on these guys next week. All right, yeah, we're on Lil Uni and Degen. Degen is up 900% over the last 24 hours, down 6% over the last hour. Lil Uni is up 44% over the last 24. Kate is up 300% last 24. Asteroid is up 41% last 24. Moolah is up 100%. And Moolah is running. Moolah is off and running. So we'll see what happens with these guys over the course of the day. Miro Shark is up 74%. Like I said, when you're trading these guys in real time, stay on your toes. Stay on your toes. Be active. Let's look back at the chart for Moolah. And see, yes, we spiked, but now we're taking that dip. We're taking a little dip right now. People taking profit. So I would say let it dip a little bit more. And if I'm not mistaken, the contract checked out at like 73, 74. So not a bad option for this week coming up. Yeah, I'm really interested in how these are going to perform this week. Hopefully better than the ones we were tracking last week. MFers was really disappointing. I expected MFers to be a lot more stable, but it is what it is. Virtuals is up. Arrows is bouncing back. Arrow is probably going to be up within the next day or two. Probably by the end of the day. If this BTC price keeps climbing, right? We get that bounce. Here's the moving average. Boom. We're in the zone. So it has room to run up. Now, if BTC keeps trending upwards, I would say maybe 64. If it gets about like 64.2, 64.3, then you're going to like what this arrow chart looks like, because it's going to go the way of BTC. That's just how it plays out. Alrighty. Now, all right. So we have one of our exchanges is thinking about having an IPO. Well, not thinking about it. They're getting ready for it. Bithumb, the wow, South Korea's largest cryptocurrency exchange, said it expects to complete internal control upgrades and preparations for Korean International Financing Reporting Standards. By the end of 2026, it plans to apply for a preliminary listing review in 2027. All right, so these guys are trying to go public, and preliminary listing in 2027. They're trying to have their IPO in 2028. They're preparing for a 2028 initial public offering after recognizing its business and setting out on a 2-year program to strengthen accounting, compliance, and risk controls. All right. I guess people that have been trading on, I remember when this exchange came out, I was a little skeptical, but it seems like they've held it down. and now they're ready for a big move. The venue has not decided. The venue has not been decided. Bithumb has previously considered Sol's Nasdaq market and Nasdaq in New York, while its latest timetable leaves the choice open. The company is working with securities firms, lawyers, and accountants on valuation. Very important. That's what SpaceX should have done. Legal reviews and listing requirements. Clear split between trading and investment activities. So in the preparation, during their preparations, they're following a wider restructuring that separates Bithumb's core exchange business from investment and asset management options. Okay, so they're putting everything into its own box. The company said that the arrangement will clarify responsibilities, simplify governance, and reduce possible conflicts of interest. That's important. They also intend to expand regular disclosures covering its finances, major corporate developments, and digital asset holdings. That matters for an exchange seeking public capital. Of course it does. Investors will expect evidence that customer assets, corporate funds, and related party transactions are clearly accounted for. Yeah, so that they won't end up being another FTX. That was an absolute mess. Okay. So keep a lookout for that exchange, and I don't know. We'll see. You know how I feel about IPOs. Love-hate relationship, tell you the truth. All right. Here's a roundup. Bitcoin price ignores political noise as market split. We bring this article over. Cosby come back. All right. So here's our chart. A lot different from this chart, trust me. But here's our BTC chart from July 27th to August 2nd. And you can see we're on a clear downtrend. And from what I showed you on the hourly chart, that is probably going to continue, unfortunately. But on the positive, once the fall rolls around, like you've heard me say before, once the fall rolls around, things will liven up, and I think this guy is going to spike. And in the next run, I think we're going to bounce all the way back to maybe 70, 90K. So stay tuned for that. That's what I'm looking for. But we have to finish our vacation cycle first. Bitcoin price stays calm after hardware wallet exploit. A major security incident became one of Friday's biggest crypto stories. An attacker exploited a flaw affecting older Cold Card MK3 hard wallets, draining 594 BTC from around 500 single signature wallets in less than 30 minutes. Yikes. $30 minutes, 500 Bitcoin. That's a pretty it's a pretty deep hack. Your wallets, and I'm gonna say this again, please take my advice. Your wallets, keep them rotating, keep them active. I don't even feel comfortable having the same wallet for more than 6 months. I don't. I don't. I have to you gotta keep things moving around. Because once you get comfortable, that's usually when you take a major L in crypto. And yeah, I wouldn't be want to be one of these guys that were holding the cold card MK3 wallets. 594 Bitcoin in 30 minutes. That is brutal. But hey, it's part of the game, fellas. And our thing is better safe than sorry. Like I say in my older videos, learn from my mistakes. Practice wallet hygiene. Don't write down your seed phrases anywhere. I mean, don't save them on your phone, on your devices, anywhere. If you can, save everything the old school way where you just write it down, right? Write it down. Be safe, not sorry. Hot wallets are great. Hot wallets are a little more vulnerable than cold wallets, but it seems as though a lot of cold wallets are still built on older tech, so they're able to be exploited in 2026. And just a hunch, but I think this is going to accelerate. So if you've had Bitcoin in your wallet for a long time, I'm gonna give you investment advice right now. Move it. It's just that simple. Move it. I don't care if it's a piece of a Bitcoin, one bit, doesn't matter. Move it somewhere else. Get you a newer wallet if you can. I think XRP is working on quantum proof wallets, which is the same thing we were working on. We're trying to build quantum proof products to launch in 27 and 28. This will become a problem once quantum computing is available to everyone. Now, there are a lot of people who are going to tell you, you have nothing to worry about. Quantum isn't going to do anything. I'm not one of those guys, right? Because AI has caused a disruption and made a lot of people a lot less safe. You can look for quantum to make things considerably less safe than AI has. Now, if you're going to combine the two, AI and quantum, I think this is going to be an absolute disaster for a lot of projects and tokens that haven't been working diligently on solutions, right? Because trust me, hackers are working every day on smarter and smarter hacks. So don't be the one that falls into that trap. Don't feel like you're comfortable, you're untouchable. I'm here to tell you, like, I've been doing this, man, what, 14 years now? Long time. Let's just say that. Long time. Close to back in the beginning. I wouldn't be so comfortable. It's better to practice good wallet hygiene. Keep changing your wallets up. Use hot wallets, use cold wallets. Just know that your hot wallets may be a little bit more vulnerable than your cold wallet. But, I mean, you see it right here. Cold card, cold wallet for a long time. And they just opened the floodgates. 500 single signature wallets in less than 30 minutes. They hacked 500 wallets in half an hour, less than half an hour. It's insane. So, better safe than sorry. I would hate for any of you guys to take a loss like that. Now, I would like to know if these guys are going to reimburse, if they're going to reimburse their holders, or possibly reimburse, everyone holding this wallet. I doubt it. They'll probably be like when NiceHash. If any of you have been in this long enough to remember NiceHash, then you remember when NiceHash got hacked. I was mining Bitcoin at the time, and I got hacked for, if I'm not mistaken, it was close to 10 Bitcoin. And this is one of the things that deflated me. Because you gotta remember, I was mining, I had ASIC miners, which are loud. My neighbors were crying, complaining daily. They were sick of it. I had ASIC miners, and the power bill was in the thousands. And this is back over a decade ago. The power bill was in the thousands. And this is what made me stop mining. I was mining on NiceHash. I would convert my Bitcoin over on NiceHash, and when you convert it, it's just a simpler process. They sent me, I think it was a couple $100, if that, from 10 Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin wasn't the price that it is now. This is a long time ago. So it wasn't, if I'm not mistaken, it was under 10K. Bitcoin was under 10K at the time. So, hey man, just had to swallow that loss. Had to pay a massive power bill. And yeah, I did not like it at all. That was one of my worst experiences, having lost that much Bitcoin, and then boom, had to turn around and pay that high ass power bill because ASIC miners drain so much power. They use so much power. So keep that in mind. If you're using a site to mine with, like I'm done. That was it for me. After that happened, I was like, I'm done mining. Let's trade or something else, because if that happens again, yeah, I will go ballistic. I'm coming looking for somebody. So yeah, man, be safe out there. But now BTC is safe. BTC has not been hacked. That's the positive. You don't really have to worry about hacks when you're actually holding BTC. The thing is, it's the wallets you'll use, the links that you'll click in that wallet, answering emails that you shouldn't. These things will make you vulnerable. Please, I do not want you guys vulnerable. So, attention to detail. Be careful. Verify all links. Only click on links that are directly from a source that you trust. And your cold wallet, once it's in your cold wallet, store it somewhere. I would also suggest using the newer cold wallets, not the older ones. I mean, that's not to say that the old companies can't keep anything secure. It's just that I trust some of the newer wallets, maybe a little bit more resilient than a wallet that came out 10 years ago. And that's just improvement in tech, improvement in security. Yeah, trust these newer wallets a little bit more than you trust the older ones. I think that'll keep you guys safe. $594 Bitcoin. Wow. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start to wrap this guy up. I'm gonna go over with you real quick what we did today, what we tracked today. Remember, be careful. Be careful with Lil Uni. It's moving. It's moving. But be careful. This contract had quite a few vulnerabilities. Be careful. If you get into this guy, watch it like a hawk. That's the best advice I can give you. Watch it like a hawk. Yes, it has a lot of vulnerabilities, but some of them are manageable. Some of them aren't. I saw a couple that aren't, that they need to fix right away. And hey, the devs at Oracle will take care of that for you, sir. I mean, if you didn't like throw away the keys to the contract, possibly we can help you. But keep your eye on this one. Degen is taking a dip. It's down, and there it is right there. It's down 27% over the last hour. Still up 700% over the last 24. So I'm pretty sure none of these guys are complaining or holding. But that's Degen. We looked at Kate over on Solana. And for a Solana token, this is not normal. So check out Kate. We're going to give an update to all of these next week. We also looked at Asteroid. Asteroid is over on BSC. It's up 29% over the last 24. That contract is pretty good. We looked at Moolah. And Moolah is taking a dip. Remember I said don't buy up, don't buy at the top. Once it starts dipping, that's when you're going to get in and secure your position. We scanned this contract. This contract was pretty good. I think the score was in the 70s. Miro Shark up 75% last 24 hours. There's that big jump. And we didn't sell off. I mean, they took profit from here. After this jump, they took all the profit from that. But this jump, they're still up. So we're gonna watch Miro, see what happens. Apes together is up 14% today. And I'm thinking mainly because of this move, boom, to the upside. Went parabolic for a minute. Now Deep Tide is still in the positive, even though it's down over the last 24, down over the last hour. Since we started tracking it, you're still in the profit. SZR, I think we had this guy down about 20 to 25% over the week. Arrow stable. Yeah, Arrow is trading pretty stable. Virtual stable. Actually gained, I think, a couple of percentage points. Moda over on BSC. Moda still, it still has low traction. Last trade was about 15 minutes ago. So we're gonna see what happens with Moda. And MFers, you guys have to bounce back. Now I expect to see these guys bounce back over the next week. But you see the MO for MFers. Every time there's a spike in the price, sells off. Spike in the price, sells off. So if they repeat this cycle next week, boom, we're off. We're taking it off the list and we're moving on. But that's everything that we have for today. We looked at Robinhood Chain, we looked at BNB, we looked at Base, we looked at BSC, And we looked at Ethereum. Threat monitor was still good. And I think I'll add some of the newer contracts that we looked at today to the threat monitor, and we'll track them that way. But appreciate y'all stopping by. Yes, you're absolutely right in the comments. BTC has not been hacked, and I don't think it will be hacked. BTC is probably the most stable thing that we have in crypto. And I am a BTC maxi. I'm not gonna front. I'm a BTC maxi. If Bitcoin goes good, everything goes good. So BTC has not been hacked. No one's been able to do it. Number one, you have to have enough hash rate in order to pull it off. Currently, no one has that kind of hash rate. So I don't see it happening anytime soon. You're good investing in Bitcoin. The rest of these tokens, like I said, we're gonna scan everything, give you a clear outlook on what's possible, be it a dev or even possibly an attacker. But we're gonna keep you on top of what's going on. And remember, wallet hygiene. And today looks like we're going up. Looks like we're gonna hit 64,000. So, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and that's gonna do it for Market Monday. We're gonna catch you on Wednesday when we do Web3 Wednesdays. We're gonna jump into XRP. We're gonna do XRP. We're gonna do base. We're gonna go to Robinhood. And I may also take a look at Algorand, since Algorand is working on quantum encryption also. So we're gonna take a look at those things. And yeah, man, be safe out there. Hope y'all get gains this week, some X's. And if any of these tokens look good that we went over today, I don't know, throw a little change in it. I'm gonna do the same. And we're gonna go over next week what happened. So till next time, that's gonna do it for me. I'm Pix. I'm out.